iCarly was one of those childhood-defining shows, but the truth is, it had a lot of unanswered questions. From really dark to some of the more lighthearted secrets, we'll take a look at what Nickelodeon kept away from its viewers. Wait till you see all the secret connections to your favorite shows. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to The Things. Now, let's check out 10 dark and not-so-dark secrets in iCarly Nickelodeon doesn't want you to know. They predicted the ending. There have been several speculations on reasons why iCarly officially ended, as many doubt that the show really came to an end by a mutual agreement. Some even involve discussing drama between the cast, since we all know Jennette McCurdy appeared to have clashed with Ariana Grande on Sam and Cat, although even that seems to be a rumor. But the truth is, Nickelodeon was hiding the fact that the creator of the show knew how iCarly was going to end from the beginning, and even before that actually. Remember the scene when Carly sees her dad? Dan Schneider had it in mind since 2008, 1 year after the show first aired. It does make us wonder if he ever wanted to wrap up the series earlier than intended. Or was season 7 just the perfect time to let these Nickelodeon kids finally grow up and become stars beyond iCarly? We'll never know, but it's kind of scary to think that the creators might just have the ending of your favorite show already written in your head. We didn't expect it to happen to iCarly, and we can't even think what kind of secrets some creators hold in their brain. To be fair, Nickelodeon didn't have a lot to do with this secret, but we have a feeling they made Dan think a lot about the ending of the show through the iCarly years, if you know what we mean. Sneaky websites. Okay, this one is not a dark secret at all. It's actually super fun and you can try it out yourself. So you know how iCarly had plenty of websites mentioned on the show, right? It turns out those websites are actually real. The same way you can actually call Sam's phone number and get her voicemail, you can visit all those websites the cast mentioned over the years. Well, sort of. Nickelodeon was actually pretty smart because they bought the domains for the websites such as sampuckett.com and have them redirected to the official iCarly site. Someone had to have kept track of every website they mentioned and bought the domain in advance, which seems like a lot of work. The funny thing is, if you go and check out how much these domains cost, you'll see they're really not that expensive at all. Although we're pretty sure iCarly owns the copyright, so there's actually no way you could ever buy a domain like sampuckett.com. Buying domains was actually really smart of them, considering how many people out there could have used that to their advantage and put kids that watch iCarly in danger. This show really did a lot of behind-the-scenes work, didn't it? Harry Potter. Have you ever wondered what your favorite TV characters are actually reading when you see them with a book or a newspaper? You're about to find out. Remember the iFence episode where Sam had to read a book to win a bet? That book was called The Penny Treasure, but the title of the book doesn't actually exist, even though Sam really praised the book and said it was like having a TV in your head, which is an amazing analogy. Unless you're a huge bookworm, you probably never noticed that there's no such thing as the Penny Treasure, but the cast revealed that they had to creatively hide a popular book as the Penny Treasure. Can you guess which one it was? It talks about a wizard called Harry. Yep, it was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. The team used the book but replaced the cover with a fake cover of the Penny Treasure to make you feel like they were actually reading the real thing. Okay, but now we want to know about all the other potential fake books from TV shows and the original books they used on set. Drake and Josh crossover. Do you know just how many iCarly references you can find in Drake and Josh? It's pretty impressive, but there's one specific reference you probably never acknowledged, and it's actually pretty mind-blowing how Nickelodeon tried to hide it from its viewers. The last episode of Drake and Josh appeared just as iCarly started airing. In the episode called Really Big Shrimp, we see the premiere featuring one of the movies called Now She's Carly. Get it? It was a very subtle hint for the viewers and probably not many noticed it. With all the dark rumors that Drake and Josh actually got canceled, that one must have heard of it. But iCarly made sure it paid homage to the Nickelodeon show that brought it pretty high ratings with every episode. You can also find plenty of Drake and Josh references in iCarly. Drake Bell even appears in an episode called I Bloop and an I Toe Fat Cakes. Looks like Nickelodeon felt bad for ending Drake and Josh after all. High security. Did you know that there was one prop on the Nickelodeon set that was more special than anything else? Seriously, people felt really protective over it. So much so, the creator actually took it home every single day to make sure it's kept safe. It's Sam's remote. Seriously, back in the day, this thing looked like it was from the future, and it was actually the only prop of its kind, so it was extremely important to keep it safe at all times. And the team definitely did that because years after years, nothing ever happened to the remote. Well, at least as far as we know. show, but we're sure Nickelodeon had some dark secrets they'd never reveal to the public. If you remember the final episode, you know that it ends on quite a sad note as Sam finally lets go of her iconic remote and hands it over to Carly. It assumed that the remote has 93 sounds and it uses Bluetooth technology to send those sounds to Sam's show. Well, this little remote is no longer unique, as you can now get plenty of mock-up toys for kids that really miss iCarly. We have no idea which crew member actually ended with Sam's remote, but it seems like a really sacred item. Spanish outbursts. We all know that for some reason, Freddie is able to speak full Spanish. But have you noticed that the secret behind his random Spanish outbursts is something Nickelodeon doesn't want you to know about? We actually never got the answer about them, even though the creator of the show said he'll eventually explain the reason. But if you remember the show's finale, you know that Freddie was also about to explain his reason for his Spanish outbursts, but he actually got cut off. So the secret will probably never be revealed. But anyways, we want to hear it from you. Do you have any theories about this? We have a feeling this was one of those character traits that was created for comedic purposes, but the creator probably doesn't even know the meaning of it himself. Seriously, Dan Schneider, we're still waiting for the reveal why Freddie is actually able to speak Spanish so fluently. Do you think we'll ever learn, or is this just Nickelodeon messing with us? Fever. Do you remember the I Won't Cancel the Show episode from Season 3? It's the episode where Sam ends up in a detention center and doesn't really appear for the entire episode. The episode gives the viewers a chance to focus on Carly and Spencer, although it's equally as entertaining. But why was Sam missing in this specific episode in the first place? Well, it turns out that Jennette McCurdy had high fever during the filming of that episode and had to miss out. This made Sam the first and only main character to ever miss an iCarly episode. Jennette being sick resulted in the entire episode air date being pushed back for a week, and we have a feeling that episode had to have been rewritten when Jennette got sick. We have a feeling Nickelodeon had a strict schedule for their main actors, as being sick can significantly affect everything, as we've learned from Jennette's story. The Jellio Company. Were you ever jealous of the rooms you saw on the show? We have to admit Carly's bedroom was absolutely gorgeous. Most of the set was actually designed by a company called the Jellio Company. Maybe that's why the colors and the designs really managed to pop and give that iconic iCarly look. Let's be honest, that cupcake table in Carly's room was pretty impressive. And remember the gummy bear lights in the living room? They were made by the company too. So yep, all that furniture is completely unique to the show. But there's some good news we bet you never even knew about. You can actually get the iconic gummy bear lights from the actual Jellio Company store. They also feature the ice cream bench from iCarly's bedroom and plenty of more custom furniture. And to think Nickelodeon never let us know that you can actually get some of the furniture that was on your favorite show. Sure, they might be expensive, but hey, we have a feeling there are plenty of hardcore fans out there that would love to have those gummy bear lights. George. Okay, this one is just a little bit inappropriate. Just like any Nickelodeon show, iCarly also had plenty of wacky moments that make you want to go WTF. One of them was definitely the strange talking bra that told even stranger stories to its way too young iCarly audience. It gets even creepier when you learn that the voice of the bra belonged to the guy that also played Mr. Henning, the science teacher. We don't even want to think that those two characters might be connected on the show. Speaking of secrets, have you ever noticed this one? George the bra lived in a room 34C, but did you know its size? Apparently, it's 34C, the same as his original room. But this totally doubles up as one of the most inappropriate things on iCarly. Come on, Nickelodeon, what's with the weird, inappropriate stuff like this on a show that was meant for kids? We're pretty sure not even parents appreciate a random talking bra character. Zoey 101. Let's face it, nothing will ever top Zoey 101, and Nickelodeon probably knows it since they managed to squeeze in quite a few secret references in iCarly. We already mentioned George the Bra, but it turns out that the 36D room reference also connects to Zoey 101. But this reference really blew our minds. This secret isn't dark, it's just mind-blowing. Zoey 101 first aired in 2005, but did you know that an iCarly actor actually appeared as a side character in Season too. Her look from that side character actually inspired her character in iCarly. It's, of course, Jennette McCurdy, who appeared in an episode called Bad Girl. If you look at her clothes and her looks, you'll notice that Sam looks pretty much the same, even though iCarly didn't air until 2 years after the Zoey 101 episode. Sneaky Nickelodeon thought no one would notice the secret, didn't they? Jennette's even wearing the same type of clothes you'd see Sam wear. Do you think Dan Schneider knew back then that she'll become this huge star and play along Miranda Cosgrove on one of our favorite Nickelodeon shows ever? And that's all for our video. Don't forget to subscribe to The Things and tell us how you felt about this video. Thanks for watching and see you next time.